Well, Ian, first of all, no one should be feeling so desperate that they put their family and themselves into a small boat and cross one of the biggest, most dangerous shipping lanes in the world. So, these are desperate decisions that people are making, and the government has had a whole year to come up with a solution since the last summer of channel crossings, and yet their solution is the bill that's currently clanking its way through Parliament, one that is unworkable, impractical, won't solve any of these issues around small boats crossing the channel. It'll be a bonanza for smugglers, and it'll criminalise the people who need protection and safety.
Just on that, the legislation will be a bonanza for smugglers. Surely the aim of the legislation is to crack down on the smugglers.
Absolutely, but all the evidence points towards the fact that the tougher we get on our borders, the more opportunities we create for smugglers to make more money out of vulnerable, marginalised people who are trying to make these journeys.
But that's an argument for open borders.
Yeah, but there are no safe routes. Remember, the people we're talking about are fleeing human rights abuses, persecution, violence in other countries. The situation we've seen in Afghanistan right now, we're watching in real time how people become refugees, the chaos, the terror, the fear. And this situation is playing out around the world. It might not be playing out on the world's media, but the people arriving in this country are fleeing very similar situations for persecution and human rights abuses. And they're fleeing those situations without any possible routes to safety. And so the people making these trips in the boats don't have any other choices.
No, they do have other choices. They can stay in France.
Yeah, but Ian, the point is overall...
It's no point in saying yes, but that is a clear option. There are many countries that they will have come through before getting to Calais, and yet they choose to make these dangerous journeys. Now, I can understand some of the reasons for that. I mean, a lot of people understandably want to come to this country, and in a way it's a tribute to this country that they want to come here. But you can't sit there and say that they have no other options, because they do.
But this is a global refugee crisis. We know, for example, there are 3 million Afghans alone over the border in Pakistan, 2 million in Iran. The vast majority of the world's refugees are in the neighbouring countries to where the refugee crises are. A much smaller proportion make it to Europe. And of those proportions, 3-4 times as many are in Germany, 3 times as many in France, and 3 times as many in Spain. So we are talking a relatively small amount. And those few people who are coming here are coming because they have family connections, they have links to friends, to language, to colonial history. And we have to remember that the idea of safety isn't just about being alive. Okay. Of course, that's a key element of it, but it's not just about that. It's about home and building a new life, and those options are there. But we're talking about a very, very small proportion of the world's refugees coming here, and we should be stepping up and stepping into this crisis and providing support rather than closing it down.
Tim, thank you for joining us. That's Naor, Hilton, Chief Executive of Refugee Action.